Hey everyone, hopefully I'll get a few watching this, just trying out this live thing. So if you're here, please share, like, comment, give me some feedback of what you think I should do. I want to start doing these live broadcasts a little bit more. If you're watching the replay, again, comment, like, share, let me know what you'd like me to talk about. Today, I really wanted to talk about the active shooter triangle. And the active shooter triangle is something that I came up with a design. And if you go to surviveanddefend.com and the active shooter page, you'll actually get to see that triangle on the posters. I'm not trying to sell you the poster, I just want to show you that that's the triangle. It's in the book, and it's also in my PowerPoint presentation when I do the Survive a Shooting live presentations. And the reason I came up with that triangle is because too many people are out there teaching the run, hide, fight model, which is a good model. I don't want to knock that. It's some good information and it's better than nothing. But the way they're teaching it really isn't the best because they're saying always run first. You have to run. You have to run. Then only if you can't run, then you hide. And only if you tried to run, you tried to hide, then you can fight. And that's not the way it is. You might have to fight so you can then run. And I prefer the actual terms escape, deny, attack back instead of the run, hide, fight when I use my programs, my book. But the object of this, and if you look at the triangle, move is in the middle. You have to do something. You stand there and freeze, or even worse yet, you take out your phone because you want to record it, you're going to die. Or the odds of you dying greatly increases. So here's what you need to do. You have to move. But you may escape. You may go down to the other corner where you deny, which is barricading and such. You may have to attack back and fight right away. It's going to depend where you're at in relation to the active shooter. Okay? So this whole thing about teaching it linear, it's not a best model. You can't run, then hide, then fight as a last ditch. Sometimes, depending on where you're at and what happens, you will have to fight first, then escape. You might not be able to run at all. You have to deny, barricade, keep yourself safe. And that could be because of the location. It could be you're a teacher in a school with really little kids and getting them all out isn't an option. So you immediately go to deny. It could be you're working in a hospital. Do a lot of training for people in the medical facilities. If you have patients and stuff that you have to protect or you're looking out for, you may have to immediately go to deny. And you can't run. So we can't teach it linear. We got to go on a triangle. Now, people are watching, and if you have questions, let me know. And if there are things that you want to know about active shooters, or there's things that you think should be in the trainings, when I'm doing these active shooter trainings around the country, let me know. And I can modify trainings, or when I come and see your group, I will make sure that I put the stuff that your group needs. Because it's going to be a little bit different if I'm teaching teachers in an elementary school versus teachers in a high school. High school teachers, if you got a bunch of football players in your class, they could possibly help you with the barricading or even with the attacking back. They could help those that are maybe not as able to escape on their own. They can help get them out. I mean, you have two big football players, they can help the student in a wheelchair escape. When you're looking at the real little kids in elementary school, we don't have those options, so we have to change things. Same as if you're in a hospital versus if you're in a business, versus if you're in a church or any other kind of establishment. And then the skills that we learn, they're good for when you're out in the world too. You could be at the mall, the movie theater, restaurant, anywhere something happens, the skills that I'm trying to teach people are applicable. And so please comment, write me, email me, and I'll put them on different live broadcasts of what you are concerned with and how I can help you get the training that you need. And remember, we want to get away from the linear run, hide, fight, and we want to go into a triangle model where you have to pick one of three options. And I personally like the options of escape, deny, attack back. Those are your options, but you got to do one of the three, and it depends on where you're at related to the situation and related to where the gunman is to make that choice. I say I got a few. I don't really see many comments coming. I did see some of the little thumbs going by, so I appreciate those, giving some thumbs up. Let me know what I can do to help you when it comes to active shooter situations. And I'm always looking for new groups to teach. If you know an organization that needs this training, have them contact me. SurviveAndDefend.com has a free 10 tips to help keep you safe and contact information. Get a hold of me. I can send out formal proposals. If you have to put it through a board, some of the things that I work with, they need the more formal proposal. So I send that formal proposal to them, and I'm willing to discuss what we can do to make it for your group. If it's a large group, I'll give people a deal where I'll teach the same class twice in one day. I'll teach 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon. We can break your group up into 2, and I'll cut you a deal on that. Okay? I'll cut you a deal if we got to stay a couple days to get all of your employees trained. I just want to get out there and help people devise a plan so they can stay safe. And here's what this whole plan is about. Actually, I'm going to save that for another live. I'm just experimenting with this right now. It's been fun. I appreciate some of the people watching. I'm going to do a lot more of these. It's going to be something I'm going to regularly do on different self-defense, safety, active shooter topics. Please write me, make comments if you want me to cover something in the future, and I'll get those in. My job here is to help as many people as I can stay safe and defend themselves if needed. Hey, Russell, I appreciate that. It's good seeing you here, buddy. Share this with others. Get the comments going. I'll be able to talk more, ask questions. I'm all about that. So good to seeing you here. I see some other people that I know. Don't see any more comments, but I'm appreciating your support. And we'll keep doing this, and we'll make sure that more people stay safe. And I don't want to be a fear monger. For every person that was in part of violence recently, there were millions of people that weren't in violence. So I don't want to be one of these people that scare everybody and tell you that you should be afraid to walk out your front door. No, I want you to enjoy life, but I want you to do so safely. There's some common sense safety practices, and having a plan if something happens, then you can just enjoy life. Hey, Maria Louise Perry, thank you. Appreciate the comments. Same with you, Jerry. Really appreciate the comments. And I hope that you are enjoying life and enjoying it safely. That's what I'm about. And that's why the trainings that I do try to really take a common sense approach. I don't want to be a fear monger. I'm not one of these kill them all, let God sort them out type of self-defense people. Because really, when it gets down to it, if you practice safe habits, you really won't need the self-defense skills except for a minuscule amount of the time. Okay? It is really rare that people are getting attacked. The news might make it seem like it is, but we had a nightclub shooting the other day. 14 people were wounded, 1 killed. But how many people were in nightclubs that night that weren't shot, that weren't assaulted? Keep that in perspective. It's not as bad as what some people want to make it out to be, and that's why I really want to be a voice of common sense. Hey, thanks, Anthony. Appreciate the comment. Marie Louise, yes, awareness always. I'm going to have one of these strictly on awareness here coming up. Awareness is the most important thing we can do to increase our safety, and it prepares us to defend ourselves if we have to. A free guide to situational awareness on the Survive and Defend website. Give me your emails, join the Sunday Safety emails. You'll get 25 safety and self-defense tips, which is over 30-page ebook with tips to keep you safe. But you'll also get the free guide to situational awareness too. Awareness, very important. Thanks for that, Marie. Hey, Samuel. Good to see you here. Jimmy, you look like Dan Marino. Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Jimmy? He was a great quarterback in his day, so I'll take that as a compliment. Actually, getting a little long on top. I'm going to probably get a haircut next week. A couple days before I go to Virginia to do those active shooter trainings I'm doing down in Woodbridge in Manassas, Virginia. Be down there next week. Looking forward to that. Your favorites, Dan Marino. Okay, then I'll take that as a compliment. Appreciate that. Any other questions or thoughts on, especially on the triangle that I talked about? That was the theme of today's, but I'll talk about anything while people are here. I'm going to get off here pretty quick because it is my lunch break and I'm getting hungry. Awareness and avoidance are the best and easiest advice anyone can give you. It's easy advice. I give it a lot, Samuel, and that's true. It is some of the best advice, and that's why I have the videos and stuff out there. Unfortunately, it's not the most practiced. And, I talk about this a lot too, that some of my advice seems to be common sense. And I will agree it's common sense. But common sense is not always commonly practiced. And that's sad, but, it's the truth. And I run into situations all the time. I just started an Instagram account this morning. First time to be on Instagram, Survive and Defend Instagram channel. And one of the pictures I'm going to put up there soon, I got to go through my pictures and find it, is a purse that I found while I was doing security because the lady just left it there. It's like, you don't leave your purse out there thinking it's going to be safe. And I run into that all the time. I agree, not everyone is going to always be aware. We all have a lot going on. And that's true. We do. We all have a lot going on. But way too many people walk around like this these days, not paying attention to what's going on. And I got a video on the Survive and Defend website. I show it in some of my live presentations of a criminal in New York. The lady is holding a baby in a little harness thing here. And she's on her phone. She's all distracted. She's on her phone. She's on her baby, paying attention to her baby. The guy runs up behind her, kicks her in the back, knocks her on the ground while she's trying to deal with the baby, which wasn't hurt, thankfully. He grabbed her phone and ran off. He was aware. You actually see him looking around, paying attention, making sure he can do it without getting caught. He didn't see the surveillance camera that was catching all this. Before he ran up to her, not paying attention. If she would have been paying attention and looked at him, he would have kept going somewhere else. Well, I'm going to eat lunch. Thank you for everybody that commented. If you're watching this on a replay, keep commenting. Let me know how things are going. Appreciate you being here. Till next time, take care, stay safe.